Alright, let's have a quick video about Bokuto's team guide and the best teammates for him. So first of all, the main question that everyone asks is that should we get Akashi for Bokuto or not? So obviously, as everyone knows, Akashi could help Bokuto, especially with the down mode that Bokuto has, because it will remove the down mode and you can still spike and do attacks with Bokuto. On top of that, he's going to get this buff, this new skill, and also this buff for himself, and increases team morale by 15. So as we know, Bokuto will increase team morale and is super good with Akashi, so definitely this duo will be super useful. Akashi is also a power setter, so you're gonna replace your Oikawa with Akashi to do the power server for your whole team. But then if you don't have if you don't want to go for Akashi, and if you have Oikawa, you are Oikawa at the moment, obviously he doesn't have the bond with Bokuto, but he's a well better player in your whole team, like as a setter, compared to Akashi, because Akashi is mainly only good for Bokuto, but then Oikawa would be good for any other team comes and for your all of your other characters. He's going to still increase your awareness and everything, and his stats as a UR character is higher than Akashi. Now let's just dive into a little bit of detail. So we know Bokuto is going to increase team morale, has the down mode over here, and also the ultimate. This is an important part. When he does a spike ultimate, and if it's a crit, he's going to get this buff and also increase the team morale by 16, like way more, obviously. A great buff for Bokuto. So with Akashi, the main part is that first of all, you're not gonna get the down mode, which is actually not that a big deal, because the down mode is only there until you gain a point or lose a point. So you're still going to use your other players, your other spikers, so that you will eventually gain the point. And especially if you have Yoshijima or even Iwazumi with Oikawa, then that's going to be almost like a guaranteed point win. But then Akashi will still remove that down mode, so you can go back to back with Bokuto. And with his first skill, whenever you receive a perfect block or receive, you're gonna get this awareness increase and also increase the team morale by 3, which is not much, but again something that could, you know, add up to Bokuto's team morale. And then with the third skill that you have to awaken, you're going to again get the awareness increase. And then over here, when you do a crit play with Akashi, your next power attack or quick attack is going to be a guaranteed crit, which is, this is actually the most important part that can help Bokuto with the ultimate skill to gain additional buff and also the increased team morale. So that's the main point that you also need to know about Akashi helping Bokuto out. Now if you go for Oikawa, as you all know about his kit, he increases awareness with the attack tempo, and over here he consumes 6 of the attack tempo stacks, so that you're gonna have a crit hit at the with your spiker. So with Bokuto you're gonna get a crit hit. So obviously Oikawa can also help your Bokuto out to get the ultimate and then gain also the team morale. So that way it's not like you need Akashi so that Bokuto will function well. First of all, the down mode isn't that much of a big deal, and second, I know Akashi increases the crit rate, but Oikawa also does that too. So if your Oikawa is fully built up with the memory to gain more awareness, and also, you know, maybe you have some skill res and everything, then I'm not sure if it's a good choice to sacrifice your UR Oikawa with an SSR Akashi just for the sake of the down mode of Bokuto, which isn't a big deal. So but I'm just gonna still put Akashi over here because I know a lot of you will summon for him, and still pretty good for Bokuto as mentioned. Now for the Libero, currently we have Nishinoya as our first Libero, and he's super great, especially with his third skill that increases team morale when he enters the match by 18. So like first level is 18. Again, that could help Bokuto out. So any character that could increase the team morale and help the passives and skill of Bokuto to, launch sooner, obviously will help Bokuto out way more than other players. So Nishinoya could be a really good deal. And if you go for the wing spiker Tanaka, you're gonna have this bond that whenever your team scores, you're gonna again get the team morale increase by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this thing is going to, like, this bond as the second wing spiker Tanaka with Libero Nishinoya will increase the team morale and help Bokuto out more. So your whole team will get buffed up. Now let's just remove Tanaka. So that was like one option. And instead of Nishinoya, we also have Yaku at the moment. So Yaku doesn't increase your team morale, but he has that skill on his third one that you have to unlock that will whenever he does a receive, it will change it to, if it's a normal receive, it will change it to perfect. So that's again good for Akashi's skill, that the first skill of Akashi, that whenever you block or receive as a perfect, then you're going to get awareness buffed up on Akashi and also increase team morale. So Yaku would be good over there just for the receive, and nothing else more for this kind of team. And I forgot to mention Nishinoya also buffs up your power attack. So other than the team morale, he also buffs up the power attack. That's why he would be a better choice in general. And we're gonna get Yamagata in just a few days. He's not going to give you any team morale buff, but this is also going to be a really good choice because you can go Shira team with these two. So we have Tendo over here as a middle blocker, and then OP, hopefully you have Yoshijima, and then as a wing spiker you can go again Goshiki. So these four will have the Shira team school bond activated, and then with these two you can have the team morale activated like faster. And not to mention that Goshiki with his first skill, whenever he scores, he's going to increase team morale as well. So whenever you can't spike with Bokuto, you would either obviously go for Yoshijima, or you can also use Goshiki. I have like some members in my Discord server, they always talk that I have like maxed out Goshiki or something like that. So if your Goshiki is goated, then obviously this would be a really great choice over here as well. And now you might ask, what of the school bond of Bokuto Fukurodani? So we're gonna get these characters later on. So we have Tatsuki over here, Washio Tatsuki, and he doesn't increase team morale, and he's not the best middle blocker. That's why well, I'll just put it over here just for the sake of the school bond. Let's just move on to the next character. So the other OP character that we have is Konoha from Fukurodani team. So with these four, you can get this school bond that will increase team morale again by 20. I mean, this is good, obviously, because it'll help Bokuto as well, but you're already going to get a lot of buff for your team morale to awaken sooner. That I mean, this will help, but it's not necessary. And these two characters are not that good. I mean, Tatsuki is not going to give you any team morale buffs, and Konoha only with his ultimate, when he does a receive and the receive isn't bad, is going to increase your team morale. Let's just check it over here. Yeah, so if the receive isn't bad, team morale will increase by 20, which is huge actually. So it's like 120 team morale to get activated, and then you're just gonna get 20 over here, which is huge. But this is his ultimate, and you can't do back-to-back ultimate, and it's a receive, it's not an attack. So you're gonna sacrifice Yoshijima or a main attacker. Even if you don't have Yoshijima, if you're going Kentaro Mad Dog, you're gonna sacrifice one of your attacks and just have the receive ultimate with Konoha to just increase your team morale again, which is easy to get. I mean, just by going back and forth 1 or 2 times, you're gonna get your team morale awakened. That's why it's not much of a big deal to sacrifice your main OP Yoshijima, or even Kentaro, or even Daichi if you don't have Yoshijima, like an attacker, to just get a receive and increase your team morale. And also we have this Fukurodani Libero over here, Haruki. He's not the best Libero again in the team. He doesn't increase your team morale. He's going to decrease the team morale of your opponent, but doesn't add anything to Bokuto. So again, you can still go for Fukurodani team, but the other characters are mainly not good. So if I just replace Yoshijima and Konoha, like this is the whole Fukurodani squad, right? These characters are not that good by themselves to just get this team morale. activated for the school buff, which you're going to get with these two. That's why it's not ideal to go with fukurodani team in my opinion. That's why it's best to have Nishinoya at the moment over here, and then obviously Yoshijima and Tendo over here. Where is he? And then you can put Tsukishima as well. And for the second wing spiker, you would either go with Tanaka, let's say, with Nishinoya. There's no school bond, but then you can replace Tanaka with Goshiki and also Nishinoya with Yamagata that we're gonna get in just a few days, so that with this you're gonna get this school bond over here, and you're still going to get the team morale buff with Goshiki, which is going to be less than Nishinoya, but whenever you score you're gonna get additional team morale buff, so it could be better in the long run. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole team comms and team guide with Bokuto. You want to build a team that can increase his chance of doing crit with his ultimate, so that you can get the increased team morale and buff and everything else. And also and you can see with Shira team you can get the awareness up, so that you can have more chance to do the crit with his ultimate. Or then again, if you want to skip Akashi, we always have Oikawa with Iwazumi over here. So if you don't want to go with the school bond, you can still have Iwazumi and Oikawa, because they do have a bond together, which is useful. And then for the Libero, you can still go for Nishinoya to again increase the team morale for Bokuto, and also buff up your power attack in total. So yeah, that's the whole thing, like a few different team comms over here with different characters. Let me know what are your thoughts, or if you have any other questions, write down in the comment section. I'll answer to all of them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, have fun and stay tuned.